Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Welcome to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I missed y'all. Um, I had a date on Saturday night, child, or Sunday. Saturday night with the hubby. Worked Sunday, and then he had to go back out of town for work again this week. Child, so I feel like I've been out of it a little bit, so I just need to get myself together. But I hope y'all are having a beautiful week. Has the weather cooled down where you are, y'all? It has did a smooth cool down. It went from 107, okay, not that high, maybe like 100 to right now. It at 551 is 80 degrees and a little bit cloudy. But y'all let me know what it's like where y'all at. So I just want to get in. There's been a lot, like I have literally a list of stuff that I want to talk to y'all about. So I'm just going to break them down in different shorter videos. I thought about just doing a long one or going live, talking all the topics, but I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live. Corey said to me the other day, you need to go live. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But for right now, let's get into these topics. First up, so I wanted to say on here, because I didn't get to talk to y'all about this news when it came out last week. We know that Deion Sanders is dealing, he had his bladder removed due to them finding bladder cancer. So prayers up to Deion, his family, his friends, a speedy, healthy recovery. I was wondering if he was going to have like a bag. But so I looked up to see, what happens when you get your bladder removed. And they said that they could fashion it to like come out a different way. I said, science is truly amazing. So sometimes they're able to fashion it make it so that you don't need a bag. I'm like, man, we come so far, with science and things. So prayers up to Deion. So when the video came out about, him talking about it last week, Karrueche was in the video. Karrueche Tran, we know that's Chris Brown's ex. She was in Claws, some other things. Beautiful, her BFF, Christina Milian. And people were like, what is going on? So I saw comments saying, where y'all been? They've been together. I don't know where you've been, but I know where I've been. I didn't know that they was together, but apparently people knew. I don't know. So she was emotional on the video talking about him dealing with this, right? So Claudia Jordan came out and talked about Karrueche being friends with Deion's ex, Tracey. Let's get into that because when she came out, it seemed like every time Claudia comes out and says something, people have a lot to say, whether it's in defense of her or, girl, why are you talking? Why are you talking? So after this video came out from her podcast, people had a lot to say. So then she responded to the people. So first, let's get into, in case y'all didn't see it, let's get into what she had to say about Karrueche and Deion. And I thought that, I don't know why I thought that Karrueche was younger than she was. I was like, that girl's in her 20s. Well, she's 37, he's 57. So what do y'all think about the age difference? Do you think that once you get to a certain age difference doesn't matter? At least not for the reasons that you first like, they're trying to manipulate or they're trying to, when these older men go out and get these younger girls and we're looking at the age difference like, oh, that's just nasty. Do y'all think there's a certain age you get to where the age difference doesn't really matter? Like her being 37, him being 57? What y'all think? But let's get into what Claudia had to say originally in case y'all missed it.
Erica, what do you think about this? Now, I know people are like, okay, y'all spit it out. Basically, Karrueche Tran, who's a gorgeous girl, I like her as well.
Beautiful.
Was
And a sweetheart.
yeah, she's sweet. Was by Deion Sanders' side after he had.
And I wanted to tell you, I got this clip from Housewives from a housewife. This is on Claudia's podcast. I forget the name of her podcast, y'all. Let me get it.
Had his bladder removal surgery. So I was just like, I could have sworn that I'm good friends with Tracey Edmonds. And I do remember Tracey hearing rumors about Karrueche possibly dating Deion. So she saw her at an event. I think it was Niecy Nash's event. And she, calmly just in conversation with her, she asked her if she was dating Deion. And she said no. She laughed it off and said no. So, it was kind of like to hear it and to see this now. And I do recall that that Tracey and Karrueche were cool. Like Tracey has put Karrueche in some projects. They're friends, I thought. So I don't know. Here's a picture right here of them two together. Can you see this? Can you see?
No.
Try to fix
Claudia
it.
go.
Oh, let me fix this real quick. Let me do something real quick. I don't want y'all to see who sent me this, but
I was like,
I'm trying to do a lot right now. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
but
look at them too. Like they look very cozy. Like they were friends. Like that's Tracey and Karrueche.
uh-huh.
Now, the name of her podcast is Accidentally Informed, but that's her co-host. Her co-host is Erica Cobb. It's a talk show that covers trending topics, reality TV drama, celebrity news, and more. I'm saying that for a reason. So she's saying that, if you notice, she said Karrueche and Tracey were cool. Then she said they look friendly in this. So let's keep going.
Claudia, I can see the picture. Claudia.
So I mean, here's my. Are you sure you saw it? Do you see it?
Okay, so listen, I want to be very careful here because I had the honor and the privilege of hanging out with Tracey for your birthday weekend. She is a beautiful woman inside and out. I'm curious if could be any other explanation that might not feel as much of a betrayal.
I was surprised by it.
Erica, what do you think about this? Now, I know people are like, okay, y'all spit it out. Basically, Karrueche.
Okay, so this just gets into the video. Now, mind you, it said the photo that she showed was them at an event. So again, that doesn't mean that they weren't friends. But now hold on a second. I thought I saw something that said where Karrueche was denying the relationship. But she's saying, Claudia started out by saying they were cool. Y'all heard her. Then she said they look friendly. And so then I just looked up that picture, and that picture is from them being at an event. Again, doesn't say that they weren't friends. Claudia said that Tracey put her in some projects. I was trying to see something though real quick. I wanted to see if they said anything about Karrueche. But anyway, so if some people are saying so Claudia said they're friends. Look, we don't know, right? But when this came out, there's a lot in the comments. People were saying, Claudia, why are you commenting? Why are you talking about it? And I feel like this. It always is funny to me when you have people that follow blogs, that listen to pop culture or reality TV podcasts, that watch YouTube videos talking about reality TV, pop culture, entertainment news, and say, why do y'all care so much about those people's lives? Why are you following accounts and that's what they do? And if you're not, and it made it to your For You page, and that ain't what you do, why don't you just scroll on or close out of it? Whether you like Claudia or not, for me, it's her job. It's what she's doing to make money. She's talking, she has a show now, Accidentally Informed, where she's talking about pop culture news, whether that be reality TV, stuff like with Deion. And with some of these people, she is probably going to have a more bird's eye view of it because maybe she's friends with Tracey Edmonds, right? So I don't have a problem with Claudia giving her opinion. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes when you see a person that you don't really care for their personality and they've been on a reality show and now they're commenting on a person that you like, right? Come on, let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest and be like, girl, why is you always talking? Like people do that with Candy, but Candy will be on a live and people will ask questions and she answers the questions that she's asked. So I had to step back for a minute and say, girl, for somebody like Claudia, this is what she's doing. That's what she does. So why you care about who somebody's dating? It's in the news. It's pop culture news. If you don't care, stop following those types of accounts. Or again, swipe off of them on your For You page. But you taking the time to comment, it's like, really? So Claudia heard the chatter, right? So she came back and had some things to say.
With me disclosing the other piece, then I'll share that on
But I do have something to say in regards to her response.
blogs, picking up my story I did last week about Tracey Edmonds and Karrueche and Deion Sanders. I presented it in the most classy way, fair, kind, was not dragging Karrueche, was not violating any privacy between myself and Tracey, did not trash Deion. And I see it in the blogs, like a lot of people like having, I like that, I like stories that encourage conversation and debate, like, hey, is it cool to date an ex, is it not? Now, me and my friend Annie appear on Nick Cannon's podcast very soon. When we talk about a conversation we had to have one time about dating each other's exes or people that we used to date. It wasn't really an ex. And I implore you all to, I encourage you all to watch it. But it's not messy. And trust, you best believe, when I do share personal knowledge I have from stories, I've already cleared it with the person. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this story. Is it okay if I say this? Sure. And in the story of Tracey and Karrueche, there's a whole other part of the story that I held close to my vest, to my chest, that would make it even make more sense to you.
This is where I say, okay, now is when it gets messy. To me, her talking about it wasn't necessarily messy. And if she is indeed telling the people that's involved in the story, if she knows them personally, hey, check this out, I'm going to talk about it. You mind if I talk about X, Y, and Z? And they say, no, cool. But what she's saying right here, when people do that is when I side eye whatever message they're giving, because she says, I talked about it, I cleared it with them. Oh, but I didn't share everything, because if I were to share everything, that's like when you get into an argument and was like, I didn't tell the business that you told me, because if I were to tell the business that you told me, then it would really be a problem. Why are we even mentioning all that? Just say I cleared it with them.
But there are some things, as much as y'all want to call me messy, there are some things I don't share. Now, if I have a conversation and parties are okay with me disclosing the other piece, then I'll share that on Wednesday's show on Accidentally Informed. But if not, I won't. And I'll just take the hits and it's fine. But just to be very clear, my friend Tracey is not obsessed and worried about what Karrueche's doing. And she asked her like a long time ago, freshly after their breakup. She was totally within her right. And she did it in a classy way because she felt like she could, because she knew her. So leave her alone so leave her alone. Don't say anything negative about her. She's totally fine and classy. And also Karrueche. I have no issue with Karrueche. I think Karrueche is a beautiful sweetheart. No one's mad at her. Just be very clear. Tracey's not mad at her. I'm not trash this girl. I like Karrueche a lot. All the blogs picking up my story I did last week about Tracey Edmonds.
The comment says, if it was years ago when asked, why talk about it now? They could just be dating now. So evidently it's Claudia saying that Karrueche talked to Tracey about it then, or Tracey asked Karrueche about it. That one I'm not sure. I'll let y'all know. Then somebody said, this is the one. Why do people care so much about other people's relationships? Somebody said, this is a dumb question. The woman literally does a YouTube show discussing hot topics. No different from Wendy Williams, Joan Rivers, etc., etc. Literally a decade-old practice. So what do y'all think about that? Because I agree. When people get in comments or on blogs or YouTube saying, why y'all did it? Because people get paid for talking about it. One, because they can. Two, why are you here? Three, if you know, it's no secret what Claudia does and what she talks about. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that, but it does beg the question. Do you want to hear it from people that have a behind the scenes view, or would you rather hear it? Because she said, like, when she's close to the situation, right? So she can speak on it. Some people feel like she shouldn't because she's close to one of the parties in this situation and knows the other party. So what do y'all think? Would you rather just the story come out, we see the video, people give their 2 cents on it, we talk about it and move on? Or do you want to hear somebody with a better view of the situation talk about it? I don't mind it. I don't care. Again, I have to check myself. If it's a reality person that I don't really too much like for whatever reason. And they're talking about stories, and one of the stories they're talking about happens to be a reality person you like. I had to check myself like, girl, she's just doing her job, talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And do y'all think the 37 and 20 and 37 and 57, Karrueche and Deion, is too big of an age gap? Or do y'all think Karrueche's grown enough to be like, it's whatever? Next up, I want to talk about Guerdy. Now, we know what happened on the Real Housewives of Miami and the water throw. And Julia was recently on Watch What Happens Live. And oh, I should have pulled the clip up so y'all could hear it. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold, please. How do I pause this? I'm back. It probably didn't even seem like a pause, right? Okay. So I know y'all have heard it, but we know that Julia was on Watch What Happens Live. Isaac Mizrahi was on Watch What Happens Live and said he was glad that Julia threw the water. Now I want y'all to hear it again because what I'm about to play next. So I'm not going to show it, but I want y'all to hear it.
I'm so glad you threw that water at that lady. Why? I liked her, but otherwise, like, what would the season be? Okay, well, that's just how water throwing. Not the best take.
Baby, I'm going to go ahead and be quiet on that. No, I'm not going to be quiet. I think what he said was disgusting. First of all, he couldn't be bothered to know her name, the lady. Oh, see, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go where I was going to go. I'll just say this. It was ignorant, it was disgusting, and it just reeked of a whole lot of things. Y'all probably could guess where I'm going with that. But Guerdy sat down with Teddy from Two Teas in a Pod, and she addressed that. I want y'all to hear it. And when I heard just this pain in her voice, but I want y'all to hear what she had to say. Now, this is part of the interview. Hold on one second.
Did you see last night's whatever that was? Did you see that last night? Watch What Happens Live, I heard.
I did. I wanted to talk to you about the Watch What
Yeah.
Happens Live. What are your thoughts?
Well, I still am flabbergasted at how she's apologizing only for the water throwing assault and not the lies. That's what's blowing my mind.
Yes.
And so that tells me that this person has not learned a single thing, is not really apologetic, and it's because of the backlash that she's doing this about the water splashing in my face that she threw. Only.
And you can't see water splashing. Water splashing is like if you're on a boat and all of a sudden water splashes.
Yes. And for Isaac Mizrahi, if you're listening, I am disgusted. Disgusted. Unacceptable. And this is not for entertainment. Okay. I was degraded on national television, humiliated, and how dare you?
And she sat there and just
grinned. Because if I was really sorry, I was just saying, you know what? I'm so sorry. This is not right. I really mean I'm sorry, and I don't need you to hype me up on this. Disgusting.
There was absolutely no reason it needed to get to that point. And if she did do it, and it was a reflex, that like she's trying to plan, why not say, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry right now. I love you. I'm
is
sorry.
a third physical offender. Okay, let's go back to Bahamas. She tried to pour an entire ice bucket on Marisol, and we helped make that not happen. And there's another situation that was not aired. Okay, that was actually interesting as well. So we will discuss this at the reunion because the sweet voice is gonna only take you so far. And when you have repeat offenses, we're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think.
And popping because did you see last night's?
You know, it was disgusting. I'm gonna keep saying it. The throw, and for him to sit up there, and again, that lady. And Julia didn't say anything. I saw a comment that said Julia didn't agree with him. She didn't disagree either. She didn't say, no, Isaac, I was wrong. Absolutely not. That was not for entertainment purposes, and I should have done it. She didn't say any of that. She did that Joker-like grin that she'd be doing that looks creepy to me. Shout out to Guerdy. Guerdy, the people that see it see it. We know exactly what's going on. It just, for him to even say that, and then again to feel the pain in her voice, it's like, I know her watching it, her living through it was triggering, I'm sure, or her living through it was an event. Like her watching it was re-triggering, and then everyone talking about it. And then you got people on Watch What Happens Live saying they're glad that it happened. It just, I don't know. It really, so I saw somebody in the comments say there wasn't this much Housewives have been drinks have been thrown on Housewives for a long time. Why is this outrageous? There wasn't this much outrage when Mia threw the water at Dr. Wendy. Actually, I don't know what side of social media you were on, but on the side that I was, it was a lot. I know I was one of them. So yeah, there was outrage. I find it interesting that that's a discussion. But then, hey, maybe some of y'all feel that way. What do y'all think? Somebody raising the question, why are y'all so outraged? Drinks have been thrown on Housewives for years. I'm going to say this. I'm not necessarily saying drink throwing is okay. However, they were having a conversation. Julia was standing up over Guerdy. And that came out of nowhere. It's not even like they had a beef brewing. None. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that this is a heightened form of outrage for Guerdy or faux outrage? Or do you believe it's justified? I personally believe it's justified. And so does some of the cast, which is why they're trying to backpedal in interviews now. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to go to the gym. Then I'm going to come back and do my Housewives of Orange County recap. I had the notes and stuff done earlier, but y'all, when I came home last night, I was just so exhausted. I sat on the couch and fell asleep to Love Island UK. I can't lie. And I was like, I'm going to do one video a day, every day in the month of August, even if it's only 3 minutes. And child, my body said, no, 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 no. And then when the hubby's not here, I can't always sleep. So, but I'm going to go to the gym, come back and do my review. I love y'all. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Guerdy's response to this, sitting down with Teddy. I'm not the biggest fan of Teddy, but I'll say I enjoyed, I liked, having them having conversation about everything. Y'all let me know if y'all listen to it. Isaac, isn't there a Filene's basement store looking for your clothes? Not even a Filene's basement. Filene, I'm sorry for that. You might not even be around. Isn't there a dress barn outlet looking for your clothes? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about everything we talked about. Talk to you later. See ya.